Take the A Train by Joseline Hardrick. And I wrote this book because I grew up in Brooklyn and I used to ride the A Train. And there's a famous song that's called Take the A Train by Duke Ellington. I'll leave a link for the song so you can hear it yourself. But it's a nice jazz song. It celebrates New York City and particularly Harlem, where the kids are headed to in this book. And so I wanted to write a book about riding the subway, which I thought was really fun as a kid. And while I researched for the book, I found out about this great engineer named Granville T. And he invented all kinds of different things. But one of his most famous inventions was something that helped the subways run underground. So let's take a listen and see what Mr. Woods invented and how he helps these kids find their way on their subway adventure. This is a project of 12 Through Training LLC and my publishing company, Any Book That Inspires. To little George, I love you. We are traveling today to take the A train. School is closed for MLK Day. We're going on a trip with our favorite aunt to see some new things on a little jaunt. From Brooklyn to Harlem, we'll take the subway. For the long ride ahead, we have on the A, the busiest train in NYC, so they say. It runs local, express, all night and all day. We head to the station first thing in the morning. Our aunt whispers, stay close, an urgent warning. We wait in the line to buy cards from a machine. Everyone rushes by. Do they look so mean? Auntie pays for the cards and walks away from us. We try to stay together, but get lost in the fuss. We try to keep up, but get bumped all around. We take big steps, but Auntie can't be found. We see her from afar and she looks our way. And for a moment, everything stops on the subway. We follow her all the way down the stairs, but it's not actually our aunt. We're in total despair. Now we're stranded with no clue where to go, no way to get home, no one that we know. So we look at the map in total desperation, but it's no use. We're in a bad situation. Each train has a color and its own name, but right now, while we're lost, they all look the same. We know that the A train is always blue, but which one do we take? How do we get through? Exit signs everywhere. They're all red and white. Should we take one of them and walk towards the light? We're scared, we're lost, we're worried and paralyzed. The subway is scarier than we ever realized. Then someone says, "Hi, are you lost or in trouble? I'd like to help you out right now on the double." "We were taking the A train," we managed to state. "Just like the Duke," he said. "Ellington, the jazz great?" "Who?" we asked. "No worry," he said. "Let's go. We've got lots to cover. Trust me, I know." "Who are you, sir?" we asked, not so sure. "Granville T. Wood's my name. The subway's my game. Stick with me, kids. I know all about these trains." Our aunt, she was with us, but has since disappeared. We don't know where to start, and we are so scared. All we know is we were going to take the A train uptown. We were coming from Brooklyn to a place world-renowned. The A train, you say? Well, it goes a long way, from Inwood to Bushwick to Far Rockaway. It has 44 stations, sometimes 62. It was built long ago in 1932. It's the 8th Avenue Express on the IND, like two other trains, the C and the E. But how do we find our aunt in all of this? The different stops are so easy to miss. While you look at the map, it'll show you the way. Follow the blue line uptown all the way. Where were you headed with your aunt, did you say? A place called the Schomburg for MLK Day. We got on at the station, Broadway Junction, I think. Then we lost touch with our aunt. Our hearts started to sink. So we sat here and cried, and were so full of fear. Just then you appeared, right out of nowhere. Well, here you are on the map, so your aunt is close by. I'm sure you'll find her. She'll be by and by. How do you know so much about trains, Mr. Woods? You know much more than one person should. I was a wonderfully intelligent engineer. My inventions helped subway my whole career. I know a thing or two about transportation, like that third rail and telegraph connecting the station. I'm mostly self-taught due to my curiosity, especially about electricity. Back then, they used steam to move every train, but I knew there were other ways through the terrain. Today, there is a school named after me, PS 335 in Brooklyn, you see. They teach STEAM, science, tech, engineering, art, math, so curious kids like me can get on the right path. Hey, look over there. A woman is waving. I think she knows you two by the way she's behaving. Auntie, they said, with a sigh of relief. What a scary experience, one beyond belief. I'm so glad you kids are safe, Auntie said. Where have you been? I was so filled with dread. We were looking all over, Mr. Woods as our guide. He showed us the map and the path of our ride. All over the A train from Harlem uptown to Brooklyn, Queens, and the Rockaways downtown. Who is Mr. Woods? Where did he go? I'd like to thank him. Do you happen to know? Well, he was right here just a second ago. Just then they looked up at a poster on the wall. Granville T. Woods, said the letters so tall. A wonderfully intelligent electrical engineer whose inventions helped subways his whole career. Black Edison, some called him, but that's not quite right. He earned his own name through his own might. So I loved reading children's books when I taught elementary school many years ago. My favorite part of the day was reading to the kids. Now that I have my own son, little George, I've read many more books and have been inspired to write my own. My son was not impressed with the first one I wrote, so I kept trying until he laughed aloud while I read it. So began my journey as a children's book author, and now little George has joined me in writing some of the books. From story ideas to illustrations, we work together to create fun stories for young kids. I hope your child enjoys this book as much as I enjoyed making it. Please consider leaving a review on Amazon.com. You can scan the code or go to my website at joselinehardrick.com and look out for those workbooks and extended editions of my books that have actual pictures of real life artifacts and different things for your kids to enjoy. I'll see you next time. Thanks.